Okay. So, fucking... Here's all the spirits. Let's rank them. In terms of quality, in terms of how much I liked them, in terms of... I guess how interesting their story was. Good of a character they were. What I think of them. I hate that the letters are fucked, but I think this is going to be a flashbang, so be careful. Oh. No. Natural dark mode. Cool. Okay. Bruce and Mickey... You know, I also need to look into some things, because they added more spirits as the game's lifespan went on. And the Farewell Edition is all of the spirits in the game at once. So, let's see. Who are the DLC ones? Who's the DLC waifus of Spiritfarer? That's the real question. Because I think they are just inherently going to be more interesting. Okay, so Beverly was DLC. I thought Bruce and Mickey were DLC. Maybe their website lists it? So there would have been Beverly, there would have been Jackie and Daria. And I guess Lily? Huh. Interesting. Lily feels... Oh. Interesting. First was the Lily update, second was the Beverly update, and then finally the Jackie and Daria update. Okay. So those are our DLC waifus, one of which is Stella's sister, so... Anyways. So Bruce and Mickey, I guess, are base game. Interesting. I mean, I think Bruce and Mickey... For a lot of it, feel... I mean, I guess it'd be Bruce? Like, Bruce just feels... I don't know, like a bit of a dick for most of the game. But then you get to... Let me just center that a bit more. But then you get to his final conversation. And I think that final conversation really changes up what I think of him. Because it reveals that in life, Bruce lost Mickey ages ago. Mickey died long before Bruce did. Let me actually make sure that I'm getting the names right. The bird lost his brother. Bruce the hummingbird does all the talking. There we go. But yeah, Bruce lost his brother far before he died in life. And he just kind of got stuck in that moment for so long. Just not having his brother. And I think that does a really good job of recontextualizing kind of his behavior through it, because he's just this big, rough and tumble guy, but inside, he is completely broken. He's stuck being that way because he lost his brother. And so I don't know if he's one of the better ones. I think minimum he's A tier. Minimum. Lily... After hearing what Lily does for the story, where you actually get explanations of everything, I think think that is a really good addition to the story, especially because before, apparently you only ever learned about Stella through the little vignettes when you meet Hades, the big spirit bird. Which, there's no text, it's just pictures. So you'd have to try and piece together who's who. You'd have to try and, you know, figure out who these characters are in relation to their spirit forms based on nothing but appearance. And that'd be pretty fucking tough. So I think Lily does a lot for the game. Lily, the character, just lets you go around at night and you can hug her. That's about it. Going around at night, quality addition. But it genuinely makes me wonder how the game ended originally. Did you just turn on all the spirits and then you took yourself to the Everdoor? Like, Lily feels like a massive change for the game. So I think Lily is at least S. Even if she only comes in like, the last third. Gustav... I guess Gustav is supposed to be like a potential romantic partner of Stella's. I mean, fuck that one quest, but like... No, not even a romantic partner. Just a dude that she spoke to. And he taught her about art and things. And like in the game, he doesn't really do anything. It doesn't feel like he really stands for much. I guess he just is a testament to life carrying on after death. I don't know. I think he's just a C tier. Summer... I think I quite liked Summer. He was early on, so it's a bit hard to remember. But like the metaphor of the dragon chasing her and it going for her father and thinking she had escaped it. I think it's well written. I like it. That is also partially because my grandmother on my mother's side died of cancer when I was like 12. And I think for years after, my mom's side of the family would always say that, like, if she had gone to a hospital in Winnipeg rather than in the small town that she lived in, she might have had a better chance. I think the doctors did a bunch of faffing about doing tests and things. So I think they may have delayed her treatment for a while. So, like, I don't know, Summer feels... not personal necessarily, but, like... I don't know how to describe it. Maybe personal is the right word. Thank you, Chizang. But yeah, no, I think Summer's probably an S tier. I also have to think about the gameplay, I guess. Well, Summer's gameplay, the dragon's pretty cool. Pretty good. It's a platforming challenge. Bruce and Mickey, I think they had the... Well, actually, what does Gustav have you made? Let's see. Build a gallery, build a smithy. Okay. The smithy wasn't that important, and I don't think he even had a minigame. Bruce and Mickey, I believe, had one of the space things? Pulsar rays. Gives pulsar ore. I want to say I was not a fan of that. Yeah, like their event was kind of annoying. But still. Yeah, Summer's gameplay pretty good. Gustav didn't really add much. And Summer, I think, had the... What did Summer give? Minigame was dragons. Build the garden. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty important. Giovanni. Oh, Lordy Giovanni. I think the problem is I don't like Giovanni. But I also think that he was decently well written. Because he loved Astrid. But, you know, he also cheated on her. What was his line at the end? Let me see. Giovanni's quotes at the Ever door. Yeah, he talked about how Astrid had such light in her. Oh, here it is. I regret nothing. Nothing but leaving Astrid, nothing but leaving you, Stella. I wish I could have seen you grow up even more, but here we are. Yeah, so, like, he really did love Astrid. I think probably an A tier. His gameplay was the Meteor Shower, which was a pretty decent event. Yeah, it says similar to the Thunderstorms event. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. You just don't need a glass bottle. Giovanni always made sure to do everything in his power to charm everyone around him, even if it sometimes involved doing shady things just to win someone's heart. Yeah, so... Absolute bastard, but I think well written. Jackie... I mean, Jackie only brought the bees. He was addicted to Daria. And his entire thing is just... people don't change. You can't get better. You can't become more than what you were. But I think that's a him thing. I think Jackie very much couldn't get better. I think Jackie very much refused to get better. Didn't have enough of a reason. He needed that reason to be something outside of himself rather than, you know, a good enough reason. I don't think he hit rock bottom. So that's where people really change. And in the end, he just wants it to stop. He's more willing to die than to actually fix anything about himself. Which I think I looked at the wiki page and it suggests that maybe that is the case, that he chose to die rather than to actually fix the problems that he had. Sees them as too ingrained. I think he's at least a B. Beatrice... I don't know how to feel about Beatrice. Beatrice? Is that her name? What is the... What? That's not her name. Beverly. Have I been... I think I've been saying her name wrong this entire time. I thought... Who the heck was Beatrice? There's no one in this game named Beatrice. I am... What? Yeah, I think it's interesting that... I think it's interesting that there's two characters who are about forgetfulness. Okay, she had Alzheimer's. But yeah, I definitely think that she does a much better job with the forgetfulness than Alice does, but I also don't know what Alice's condition is. Let's see. If anything, I think Alice is probably more about just kind of old age generally. But yeah, I think Beverly does a good job of handling forgetfulness. Alzheimer's, that slow fading of a person. Did she bring much in terms of gameplay? Her skill is knitting. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know, I think she's alright. Atel, I think Atel is a great character. He brings thunderstorms, he brings the place where you make the wood planks, sawmill. He's got a lot of quests. He's there for a fair amount of the game, I'd say. And I'm wondering if I want to put him lower just because he's kind of just the happy uncle until he isn't, and then he's gone. He doesn't want to burden anyone with himself. Like, I think so many other characters touch on more important things. Like, Lily provides a lot of context to the story. Summer, at the very least, I have a personal connection to. Bruce and Mickey, there's the interesting twist. Atel is kind of just good. Just good the whole way through. I do think it's interesting that he just hosts that one final gala. That one party for everyone. And then he's just gone. No taking him to the door. No interacting with him. Let's see. While Stella was still in Europe in her early 20s, Atel disappeared without a trace. This was a great shock to Stella, and she never truly learned what had happened to him. His disappearance was one of the reasons Stella decided to move to North America with her mother, Marie, and her second sister, Lily. As cheerful and petulant as he could be, Atel hid an emotional hole that unfortunately could not be filled, regardless of all the love he received, no matter how sensational the gourmet food he ate was. Yeah, so I guess he's one of those people who just cares so much about others. Either to the fault of caring for himself, like he spends all his time on others so he doesn't have any for himself, or how do I phrase this? Like, it's either not having the time to, or just not. Maybe he couldn't love himself, so he decided to love everyone else more. I'd say he's A tier. On to Astrid. I do quite like Astrid. I think she's pretty good. Skills: mining, smelting, and fishing. I believe she gives the foundry. I think when you meet her, she can be a bit difficult, but as you interact with her more and more, She becomes more familiar, she becomes more catty. Her interaction with the turtles is delightful. Her putting up with Giovanni is something. But I think there can be something to that idea of just, like, two individuals are so intertwined, regardless of what happens. And so even when one hurts the other, they can't leave them. I think she goes into S tier. The Foundry is good, the upgrade for it is lovely, doubling resources just, oh, beautiful. Now, Alice. Alice, does Alice have any gameplay to her? I mean, I do think Alice is probably the closest to the reason why I played this game. Because I had wanted to kind of give myself an opportunity to work through the death of my grandfather on my dad's side. Grandfather? Grandmother? What did I say? I meant to say grandmother. My brain works. But yeah, because she reached a very old age. And she had basically done everything she wanted to do in life. Very frail old woman by the end, because I think she was like 95 or something. Very frail, couldn't move around much. Her hearing wasn't too good, her eyesight was mostly gone. It became difficult for her to do things on her own. Very smart woman. But I want to say she stayed very lucid till the end. She never had the confusion that Alice gets. And so... I think it's close enough. But yeah, like, she's good. Oh, she gives the Nebula Pillbug event. There we go. So you can get a new fiber type. That's not bad. I think that is about it for her. Let's see, what does the art book say? Started showing signs of dementia. In Stella's life, she represents a turning point in her vocation as a nurse. Alice was the first patient to die in Stella's care, an experience that reaffirmed her will to work in end-of-life care. Yeah, so I think Alice... I think of just slowly deteriorating until the end. I think it's well done, and I think it's probably fairly accurate to my own experience, but... I'll put her in A tier. Gwen... I don't know. You get Gwen so early and you have Gwen leave so early, but, like... I don't know. There's something about her that I quite like. She gives the Bright Jelly event. She passed of lung cancer. I don't know, I think it might just be something that resonates with her. I think Gwen works really well as the game's tutorial as well. But she also gives the loom. Yeah, and Gwen disappears for a bit. Let's see... What is her dialogue about? Oh. Here's something. There's something I wanted to give you. I used to hide it in my old music box. I don't know why, but it always felt to me like it was the best hiding spot. My old lighter. Please use it to remember me. In the good times and the bad times, they exist together, intertwined. If there's one thing you learned from me, it should be that. Yeah, I'm having a hard time connecting with people. People try their best, and sometimes they're not good. Yeah, it's interesting. I think she's just a very caring person about Stella as well. Which... I just really like Gwen. I don't know why. Can't quite figure it out. Elena. She's barely anything. Get all the abilities, talk to her. She gives you slightly different versions of the other mini-games for a few last hurrahs of resources, potentially. And the Gold Dragon, I think the rest were all regular stuff. The kid... I mean, I think having a dead kid in a game is... You're gonna do something with that story. And I think the kid brings across this really good sense of just that childhood innocence, with a child thinking they've done wrong, not because of themselves, but because of the people around them. Because Stanley's mother constantly blames him for things and constantly almost acts like she hates him. I think he takes a lot of that on himself when he really doesn't need to. Because the problems are hers, not his. You know. If the child is misbehaving, you teach the child to do better, not just berate them and insult them. You know, the child you have is a result of who you are. Nature versus nurture. A certain amount of it is built into a person, but also there's a certain amount of it that's taught. And so, if you want the kid to behave better, teach them better. Explain to them why. Give them reasons. Positive reinforcement. And so I think despite the fact that, like, I don't know, I don't think there's anything super special about the kid, I do think he's pretty good. Buck... I mean, Buck's gameplay is fairly standard. I feel like the cooldown on the light burst is a bit tight, and you don't get much XP potion for playing the event, but I don't know, it's not bad. I mean, story-wise, he is an anomaly because he has no death. Because Stella never dealt with his death. There was no... Like, the wiki claims that he is almost a figment of her imagination, a person created not through the life she experienced with them, but rather just stories. She didn't know his life. She didn't know his death. She just knows these pastiches of him that create almost a caricature of a human being. Which makes him unique amongst the cast, but does that make him among the best? Is that interesting enough to where, you know, I'd rank him highly? Which I would say no. I think he's more than Gustav is. Both in concept and in gameplay, because Gustav has nothing. Daria. I mean, Daria, I'd say, is probably the most interesting of them all. Both in her concept of having... What does the wiki describe it as? Let's see. Daria experiences a behavioral syndrome known as chromesthesia, or sound-to-color synesthesia, which causes a complicated relation with people as they do not experience reality like she does. Jackie wrongly believes that she suffers from catatonia, which is typically a symptom of mood disorders, and less commonly schizophrenia. Daria's chromesthesia is apparent in the Mind Palace minigame, and Stella can connect with her through the medium of music. Yeah. I'm curious... Interesting. I'm wondering what each individual upgrade changes with Overbrick? I can't seem to find anything concrete. Yeah, I genuinely think she might be one of the most interesting characters. both because of her illness, but also just because of her presence within the game. Oh. So this is a real thing. Interesting. Chromesthesia, or sound-to-color synesthesia, is a type of synesthesia in which sound involuntarily evokes an experience of color, shape, and movement. Individuals with it are consciously aware of their synthetic color associations/perceptions in daily life. Synesthetes that perceive color while listening to music experience the colors in addition to the normal auditory sensations. Synesthetic color experience supplements, but does not obscure real modality-specific perceptions. As with other forms of synesthesia, individuals with sound-color synesthesia perceive it spontaneously. I'm good at words. Without effort and as their normal realm of experience. Interesting. Individuals with it have unique color pairings. Studies today have reported that synesthetes and non-synesthetes alike associate high-pitched sounds with lighter or brighter colors and low-pitched sounds with darker colors, indicating that a common mechanism may underlie those associations in normal adult brains. Interesting. Huh. So yeah, just as you hear things, I guess the sources of the sounds create color that is just a part of your visuals, but not overtaking it or replacing it. Fascinating. Very interesting. But yeah, gameplay-wise, she doesn't actually add anything to the game, really. You have the new island, you have Jackie, you have all the interactions. And I think Overbrook being kind of the speedy little thing that it was made it a lot more interesting to me. And I think just the way it all plays out is fascinating. The Mind Palace is a phenomenal visual treat. And so even her... Even the fact that the resource you get is just for the island. It doesn't affect anything outside of it. I don't mind because it's just that good. It's just that fascinating. Like, the visuals are good, the writing is interesting and unique. Because it's such a fascinating way to see the world, because she has a fascinating way to see the world. I believe she refers to Jackie as the Giant. Yeah, when you first climbed the tower, you saw only a fragile thing, deserving of care and empathy. You did not see the steely bonds with which the Giant had stilled me, which I'm not sure what that's referring to. And neither did you see the tumultuous sea underneath and how it grew angrier and angrier in accordance to the Giant's fickle spirits. No, you saw the pain, neglected the wound. It is unsurprising, then, that you were unready for the Giant's last dying spasms, for his encounter with demons of his own that would break his will. Unsurprising and understandable was your confusion. The invisible but raging sea swept me away, and where unmoored and weighted as I was, I sunk to the deepest depths. You'd been in the depths before... I almost want to just find an explanation of all of her discussion. After Jackie's termination, Stella became one of Daria's primary caregivers. Getting to know her was difficult. Family's visits were rare and brief. Daria herself gave little information on her past. Still, Stella managed to gather that Daria was a brilliant and popular, albeit eccentric, schoolgirl. She was a gifted musician and a talented painter, well on her way to a prestigious career. However, as a young adult, her condition started to worsen and became so bad that she had to quit school. The next several years were forever a mystery to Stella. She only knew that they took a heavy toll on the young woman's health. Against departmental protocol, or perhaps still emboldened by Jackie's rebellious style, Stella smuggled in art supplies for Daria, and that'd be the equivalent of the music. This tremendously helped improve Daria's condition enough so that, after a relatively short time, she could be moved to another, more adapted facility, where she lived for several years in a stable and peaceful condition. Stella visited her often, and when she finally succumbed to her numerous health issues, Stella, now an experienced palliative care nurse, was by her bedside. Yeah, like, she's such a fascinating character. easily going to say that she's the best character in the game. I don't know how to move that. There we go. So all in all, I'd say Spiritfarer has pretty darn good spirits. I think the writing in the game is really good. I think it deals well with that theme of, like, being around so many individuals who are reaching their end and just being with them for that last little bit. Helping them with it. Some of them can't be helped. Yeah, no, that was... For as... Not poorly, but for as blandly as I thought the game was at the beginning, it was good. I don't know, there was just this point, probably about halfway through, where something just clicked. Maybe it's because I had more spirits to deal with, maybe it's because I always had a task to work towards and I was never really just waiting for one thing to finish. But I think the game hit its stride there. I think I was there all the way from that point on. I think that's interesting. But yeah, no, I greatly enjoyed it. It was a good time.